Hello, here we are again talking about prayer. Who knew there were so many subjects on prayer? I certainly didn't until we started doing all these blogs. But even now, looking at this one today that I'm supposed to be talking about, I still find other things to enlighten me. How strange is it, after all these subjects, that I have today looked at this subject and thought, I've been doing it all wrong. Let me explain. Today I'm introducing prayer when looking at other people. So when you're praying for other people. Now, when I've been praying for other people, it's sort of like a shopping list. And I'm pray for so-and-so, pray for please help so-and-so, please help so-and-so. And I found that I hadn't really thought about it deeply. There's my confession. Which makes it all a bit useless. I mean, if I'm rattling off a list, how am I going to focus on that one person who needs it the most? And there are a lot of people I pray for that do need it more than others. So Philip Yancey here is saying, in this first chapter, to pray for someone through the eyes of God, as God sees that person. There might be a bit of a problem with that because I try and encourage people to be righteous, but to be self-righteous is a no-no. That's not something we should be doing. We need humility when we pray for others because we're not God. So in this chapter where it's saying we need to get into the mind of God, how do we do that? And I haven't tried it yet because I've only just read the chapter and I'm talking to you. So I need to now, when I go into prayer, I need to do it this way, the way he's saying it today. After all these weeks and months of talking about prayer, all these different subjects, at the very end of all these chapters, I've realised that I've been doing it wrong. How does that happen? What is God doing? So what he's saying here, Philip Yancey, not God, what Philip Yancey's saying is that we need to get into the mind of God and looking at the person we're praying for in a whole new light. And I get it. As I read it, I got it because it makes sense. It makes sense because God gets into the mind of all of us and into our hearts. He knows everything about us. So when we're saying about ourselves, please help me do X, Y, Z, God is there listening, and God may say, well, okay, yes, we'll do that for you, or no, we don't, move along. But if you're praying for somebody else, you have to get into their mind and their heart. And it's not easy. It's not easy because we're not God. But we have to think that way. And as soon as you start thinking that way, you become a better person, I feel. You become more righteous, more godly, without being self-righteous. By getting into the heads of other people that you're praying for, you start to look at them and feel about them in a completely different way, because you're getting into their mind and their spirit, and you're getting deeper. I often talk about getting deeper in prayer with God, but at this point I'm talking about getting deeper in prayer in the minds of the people who you're praying for. Now, there's a bit of an anomaly here from what I'm talking about, because you can have mass prayer, obviously, for people, and I know that they work, I know that they do. But this particular one is just this personal connection with God, being with him in his mind praying for another person. And I'm going to try it today. And I want you to try it today. Saying that, you're probably already doing it. And I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to try it. I don't know about you. But get in deeper in prayer. Get into the mind of God if you can, because who really can get into the mind of God, of Jesus? And pray for that person as if you were God. And this is probably all sounds very confusing. It's just off the top of my head, but there you have it. Have a great day. Bye.